Let us continue with the part 2 of the chapter The Happy Prince from the text moment, unit number 5. We had completed till page number 30. Now let us continue with page number 31. So till now we had seen that Swallow has accepted the request of the Happy Prince, the statue of Happy Prince, and he had stayed there for one day, and being a messenger he had given the ruby to the seamstress. And now let us continue what is the next. Now when day broke, I'll have a loud reading first of page number 31, and then we can continue with the explanation as well. When day broke, he flew down to the river and had a bath. Tonight I go to Egypt, said the swallow, and he was in high spirits at the prospect. He visited all the monuments and sat a long time on top of the church steeple. When the moon rose, he flew back to the Happy Prince. Have you any commissions for Egypt? He cried. I am just starting. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Will you stay with me one night longer? I waited for in Egypt, answered the swallow. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Far away across the city I see a young man in a garret. He is leaning over a desk covered with papers, and in the glass by his side there is a bunch of withered violets. His hair is brown and crisp, and his lips are red as a pomegranate, and he has large and dreamy eyes. He is trying to finish a play for the director of the theatre, but he is too cold to write any more. There is no fire in the garret, and hunger has made him faint. I will wait with you one night longer, said the swallow, who really had a good heart. He asked if he should take another ruby to the young playwright. Alas, I have no ruby now, said the prince. My eyes are all that I have left. They are made of rare sapphires which were brought out of India 1,000 years ago. He ordered the swallow to pluck out one of them and take it to the playwright. He will sell it to the jeweler and buy firewood and finish his play. He said, Dear prince, said the swallow, I cannot do that, and he began to weep. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, do as I commanded you. So the swallow plucked out the prince's eye and flew away to the young man's garret. It was easy enough to get in, as there was a hole in the roof. Through this he darted, and came into the room. The young man had his head buried in his hand, so he did not hear the flutter of the bird's wings, and when he looked up, he found the beautiful sapphire lying on the withered violets. Now let us first have the explanation of page number 31. So till now we had seen that Swallow had given one of the ruby which was gilded into the sword hilt to the seamstress, as her son was very ill and was having too much temperature. He was very ill, having too much temperature, and he was demanding for oranges, but this poor seamstress was not having a single penny to purchase an orange, but except river water she was having nothing with her. So whatever she could do was just she could give or she could feed her son only with the river water. And Swallow had helped as per the command and also as per the demand of the Happy Prince. Okay, now what is the next? Now this swallow was about to go to Egypt, and what did he say? Tonight I go to Egypt, said the swallow, and he was in high spirit at the prospect. So the swallow was in a high spirit. Now here spirit means what? Energy, and prospect means what? Hope. So if he was full enthusiastic and full of hope that now he will be leaving to Egypt, as some of his friends were waiting for him in Egypt. So spirits at the prospect, he visited all the monuments and sat a long time on top of the church steeple. So steeple means what? Top of a church or tower, we can say. So he wandered here and there, the swallow, and he enjoyed there, and he was sitting on the steeple at the top of the church. When the moon rose, he flew back to the Happy Prince, and now it was the night time, and when the moon appeared in the sky, so this swallow flew back to Happy Prince statue. So, have you any commissions for Egypt? He cried. I am just starting. So, he is asking whether do you have any business, any work in Egypt? So, what did Swallow say? Yes, I am leaving now. I am just starting. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, will you stay with me one night longer? So again he requested, you please don't leave and please stay with me so that I can help some other needy people, and he requested him to continue for one more night with him. So, will you please stay with me one night longer? I waited for in Egypt, answered the swallow. And now the swallow said, actually, my friends are waiting there and I can't continue with you. Sorry, I can't continue to live here with you and help you. But I'm really sorry, but I have to leave. So he requested, the statue again requested, swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, far away across the city I can see a young man in a garret. So this Happy Prince is saying that, swallow, you please wait, you please don't leave, because from here I could see one of the needy people, and that he is sitting in the garret. Garret means what? A room in the roof, very close to the roof, like we call as lentil and all. So we keep some like storage place, we can say. So it's a garret, but it's not like a storage place. One can spend time there. Okay, this word we had already studied in the fun they had, right? Tommy was sitting in the garret and he was reading a book, right? So that you can, I guess you remember that. So this young playwright was sitting there in the garret, and he was, so the city I see a young man in a garret. He is leaning over a desk covered with papers. So leaning means he had bent down on the desk, and the desk is covered all with papers, and in the glass by his side there is a bunch of withered violets. So glass means what? A glass means we can say a flower vase. Okay, so in that vase what it is, some of the withered violets are there. Withered means dried. So some violet flowers are there which are dried one, and in the glass by his side there is a bunch of withered violets. His hair is brown and crisp. So he's describing the person that his hair is brown in color and crisp means curly. So they are not combed properly, they are not adjusted properly. So he's describing the man, and his hair is brown and crisp, and his lips are red as a pomegranate. Now he's again describing his lips, how it appears, how it looks like a pomegranate, very red, and his lips are red because of severe cold. Okay, and he has large and dreamy eyes, and he could see, the Happy Prince statue could see that he has large and dreamy eyes. Some dreams are lying in his eyes, and he's trying to complete the dreams. He's trying to fulfill all his wish, but alas, he could not do that. He's trying to finish a play for the director of the theater, and this young playwright is writing a play, and he has to complete the play for the director of the theater, but it is too cold to write anymore. So this young playwright is unable to complete the play just because of the severe cold and hunger that made him faint, and because of his faintness, because of his unconsciousness, because of his hunger, he could not continue writing. I will wait with you one night longer, said the swallow, who really had a good heart. He asked if he should take another ruby to the young playwright. So this swallow said that, okay, I am ready to stay with you for one more night, and give me the he's asking where is the second ruby, so that I could collect it and give it to the young playwright. So alas, I have no ruby, said the prince. And what the prince is saying that, sorry, but I don't have any more ruby, but whatever I have left, they are made of whatever I had left, they are sapphires, and my eyes are made of rare sapphires which were brought out of India, 1,000 years ago. So the sapphires were brought out from somewhere else, like from some other country, and they were very precious, and they were brought many years ago. He ordered the swallow to pluck out one of them and take it to the playwright. So this Happy Prince ordered the swallow, you please pluck out one of the sapphires from one of my eyes, and I let it be handed to the young playwright. He will sell it to the jeweler and buy firewood and finish his play, he said. And this statue was expecting that if I help him, definitely he'll sell this sapphire to one of the jewelers in the city, in the town, and what he will do, he'll get some money from it, and definitely he'll bring some firewood so that it will keep him warm. He could purchase some food for him and can complete the playwright. So, dear prince, said the swallow, I cannot do that. And he began to weep. So, swallow was now emotional. He was sentimental. And now he's saying that, dear prince, please don't ask me to do this because I can't pluck your eye. And you know the reason why he was not doing this? Because if he will pluck his eye, how could he see the sorrows and the sadness in his town? So, this swallow was not ready to do that. But what prince said? I command you. I order you to do this, and you don't have any right to deny my order. So the swallow plucked out the prince's eye and flew away to the young man's garret. And as per the command, what did the swallow do? He plucked out the prince's eye, and flew away to the young man's garret. Garret, as I said, this placed near to the roof. Okay, so he flew away to the young man's garret. It was easy enough to get in, and it was very easy for the swallow to enter in. Okay, now, and as there was a hole in the roof, through this he darted, and there was a hole in the roof, and through that hole he darted. Darted means what? To run quick and fast. Into means to enter into something. Okay, so the young man had his head, yes, the young man had his head buried in his hands, so he did not hear the flutter of the bird's wing. As the young man's head was buried in his hand, he was leaning, he was bending on the table on the paper, and he could not hear the fluttering noise of the bird's wing. And when he looked up, he found the beautiful sapphire lying on the withered violets. And when he woke up, and when he saw, what exactly he could say was that a beautiful sapphire was lying on the withered violets. Okay, I am beginning to be appreciated, he cried. And what did he say? I am beginning to be appreciated. This fellow thought that, this young playwright thought that, now the people had started appreciating me for my work, but that was not the case. That was a help from the Happy Prince statue. So I'm beginning to be appreciated, he cried. This is from some great admirer. Now I can finish my play. And he said that this is from one of my great admirer, one of my lover, and who is appreciating my writing, and definitely now I can finish my play. And he looked quite happy. The next day the swallow flew down to the harbor. And next day what happened? The swallow flew to the harbor. Harbor means what? Port. Okay, where the ships and we can call it as seashore, where the ships are loaded, and the transportation is done through the waterways, a station type for the ship. Okay, harbor. So here, bird's wing, and when he looked up, he found the beautiful sapphire lying on the withered violets. I am beginning to be appreciated, he cried. This is from some great admirer. Now I can finish my play. And he looked quite happy. The next day, the swallow flew down to the harbor. He sat on the mast of a large vessel and watched the sailors working. And next day, he went to the harbor, and he was sitting on the mast. Mast means what? You know, a big cloth is tied to the ship, right? So that is called as mast. And vessel means what? Ship. So he was sitting there and watching the workers, the sailors working there. I'm going to Egypt, cried the swallow, but nobody minded. Swallow was really happy that yes, now definitely it's time to leave, and definitely today he will be leaving for Egypt, and he cried in the happiness, but nobody minded it. Nobody was there to listen him. And when the moon rose, he flew back to the Happy Prince. And when it was again the third day night, now he went to the Happy Prince. I have come to bid you goodbye, he cried. And he said that I have come here just to say you goodbye. For the whole day I took round of the town and enjoyed a lot, and now I'm about to leave, and just to say you goodbye, I'm here. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, will you not stay with me one night longer? Now see, again he requested Happy Prince that will you please leave one more night with me? will you please spend one more night with me? I really appreciate your help, but I need your help once again. It is winter, answered the swallow, and and the snow will soon be here. In Egypt, the sun is warm, and the green palm trees and the crocodiles lie in the mud and look lazily about them. So now Swallow is trying to explain him that why he is in need to go to Egypt, as now it's very cold here. He will not be able to survive if he stay long there. And as in Egypt, he's describing the atmosphere in the Egypt, that the sun is warm on the green palm trees. We could see many palm trees in Egypt, and he's describing that. And the crocodiles lie in the mud and looking lazily about them. And he's describing how the atmosphere is there, what kind means what exactly the animals are doing there, and all. So in the square below, said the happy prince, there stand a little match girl. She had let her matches fall in the gutter, and they are all spoiled. Her father will beat her if she does not bring home some money. And now he could see that in the square means what we can call it, in the square below, in our language we call it as chowk, right? So in the square below, said the happy prince, there stand a little match girl. And he could see that a small little very young match girl is standing there, and she has she has let her matches fall in the gutter. Match girl means what? A girl who is selling matchsticks. Okay, so by mistake she had fallen all the matchsticks in the gutter, and they all are spoiled, and now she don't have a single matchstick to sell. Now how could she gather the money? How could she collect the money for her daily needs? How could she fulfill her daily needs? Her father will beat her if she does not bring home some money. And Happy Prince is really worried that if she is unable to sell the matchsticks, how come she can get the money, and how her father will permit her to enter the house? Definitely, miss, he could see the situation that till the time she is not selling something and earning money, her father is not permitting her to enter. You could see the scenario how it is that the girl is very little, and even though she is very young, very little, but she is doing some business. She is earning money. Thank God we don't have this kind of demands from our parents. We are really very blessed, and we should be thankful for all the things. We should be thankful to God for all the things what we get, the leisurely life, right? All the facilities which are provided by your parents. So you should be thankful to your parents as well as God. So we'll continue this in the next video. We'll continue this chapter. Okay, till that, I hope you understood all those things whatever we had discussed on these 2 pages. Thank you all. Have a nice day.